Hello and welcome back to another video. My name is Jake the Genealogist, and in today's video I thought I'd do something pretty special. So a while back I made a video about how I make my family trees, and I use LibreOffice to make my family trees. But today I wanted to show you how I make my thumbnails for my videos, because I thought that, well, they're kind of unique in some ways. So I wanted to show you guys how you can make your own thumbnails kind of in the style of mine. And so to make my thumbnails, I use the pre-installed Windows program Paint 3D, and I believe you can also get it on Mac or any other computer system as well. And so it's perfectly free. I believe you can download it from the internet if it didn't already come pre-installed. But I use this to make my thumbnails. So um, the first thing you got to take into account is obviously the aspect ratio of a thumbnail. So I know this by heart. The default is 1280 pixels by 720 pixels. So I'm just going to make the canvas right here that size, and then we'll get down to business. So today I'm going to be using a couple of monarchs from the Japanese Empire, a couple of the emperors. Just as an example, I got a couple images off the internet. You can do that too, and I'm going to show you how I put them in the photo. So first I start with the background. So usually I just use the fill command and I pick one of these colors, or I just pick a custom color. And okay, let's see. Let's pick a lime green today. Why not? I'm feeling that way. And so then I just color the background that color. And then after that, what I do is I go and you can go to the menu bar. Not sure if this will show on the screen. You can go to insert, and then you can actually put in one of the image files that you want to add. And so I got this first one of the first emperor of Japan, Emperor Jimmu, I believe is how it's pronounced. You guys can correct me on that. And so I got this picture of him in there right now. And now we're going to use a pretty special tool in here called Magic Select. And now what this does is you can just select to crop out an area like it shows you in this diagram, hopefully. If that's showing up on the screen, is you can actually choose to cut out a certain element of that picture and use it as kind of an object. And it's called Paint 3D for a reason, because it actually has different kinds of 3D modeling, which I find cool. And there's a lot of layers attributed to 3D-ism. And so now what you want to do is, this shows on my screen, you want to select the add button or the remove button, depending on what you want. And you can refine or attempt to cut out the picture. And so I'm going to do this. And sometimes I find it's a little bit finicky. It takes me a little while to do it, but usually after a couple minutes I can get it to work. And so now I'm cutting out this image piece by piece until I just get the picture of the emperor himself. And keep going like this. So yeah, and so I wanted to talk about a couple things while I'm doing this. So first of all, my new channel logo. So for a while I had this other logo, which I truthfully just got off of like a logo creating website, but I kind of thought it was a bit artsy and not very good logo for a history YouTube channel like mine, so I decided to change it. And now I actually have a picture of a real historical monarch, that being Vlad the Impaler, voivode of Wallachia, who's a pretty special guy. He's who inspired Bram Stoker to write Dracula, which is pretty cool. And yeah, and so I changed my logo, and I actually designed it myself in this very app itself. So I guess you could also use it to make your own channel logo if you want to do that. And I don't know, I from time to time I just like to do fun little art projects as well, because I'm a little bit of an artist at heart, besides a genealogist and a history guy, history nerd. I'm also a little bit of an artist, and so from time to time I just like to make some fun art on here. And so yeah, this is a little bit finicky, especially today, because there's a lot of Oops. Hold on, undo that. There's a lot of little elements in this picture, like the string of this guy's bow that I have to cut out, but see if I can do it. If we don't get the whole bow, it doesn't really matter. In fact, I might end up actually cutting this image because it's a little big. As long as I get the most of the main elements. Okay. So now, as you can see, as soon as I get his pouch with arrows, I'm done with that. So then you can click done, and you're officially finished selecting it. And as you can see, you can actually separate it from the picture itself, and it actually tries to use some kind of AI to fill in what's in the background, which I found interesting. But anyway, so you got now this decent image of him. Now, what I'm probably going to do is I'm going to end up actually cropping this in some way, if I can. But right now, we'll leave that element aside. So now we're going to get the second image of uh, another emperor. I just picked some random one from the 1500s. I'm not sure if he's historically significant or not. This one's going to be probably easier. Okay, and you can also, in this, drag to really zone in on the area you're interested in cutting out, because obviously I don't want to cut out this colorful pattern at the front of it and at the front of the image, right at the bottom. And I don't want the top part either, so I just zone in on this part. And as you can see, it actually got pretty close to getting this right this time, so I don't have to do too much work this time to get it all selected out. And after a little bit of trial and error, there we go. So now we got the image of this guy, and so now we can separate him from the image, and so now we got the second emperor. And we'll just leave him right there for now, and we'll get the final guy, who I believe, yeah, it's Emperor Akihito. This guy, he just resigned as Emperor of well, basically abdicated as Emperor of Japan just last year, I believe, and his son um, took over. And his father was Hirohito, that guy from World War II. So, okay, so now I got all three of the images that I want in this. You can obviously do more, you can do less, whatever you choose. It's obviously up to you on many of those decisions. But so now we got all of them. And now the cool 3D part is you can actually layer these. So right here, what you can do is you can click on this little arrow right here. You can move them forward like that. So then this guy ends up being in front of him. Now, what I'm probably gonna end up doing is I like to add some kind of theme to it. So maybe I'll make it in like time order. So this guy was the first guy, and then this guy is later, and this guy's sort of in the present day. I'm gonna see if I can actually crop these, because usually I find relatively small images that don't, not full body images, but I guess it's only a demonstration. I could get it more refined if I wanted to later on. I mean, I guess the other thing I can do is I can just put them off canvas, put this element off canvas, so part of it doesn't show. So we can do that. So we only get his top, his torso, I guess. And then we can make this guy bigger. And this guy, I guess we'll layer in front of him like that. And there we got Akihito right here. And right there is our finish elements. A little bit of tweaking I might do to just get them right. But then comes the final and probably the easiest part. But well, I mean, it's easier not judging by your standards. So that is the text now, because I like to add the title of the video and maybe some description stuff on the thumbnail just to make it more informative. So I guess if this were an actual video, spoiler alert, it's not. I'm not planning to make a Japanese Emperor's family tree because I believe someone's already done that, and I like to come up with new and original ideas. But anyways, So if I were to make this an actual one, I'd write Japanese emperor's family tree, like right there. Now, a font I like to use personally, and it's the one I use in my family trees as well. So just I'm sticking with the theme is Cambria. I like the look of it. It is a nice serif font, and so I'll write that right there. It's a little big, so I'll start enlarging the text box. So now we got Japanese emperor's family tree. Perfect. Well, I guess I'll put family tree in the same line. So, there we go. So now we got the Japanese emperor's family tree. Now be warned, I haven't actually figured out a way that you can get this text to be to move it around after you finish typing it. So be aware that once you finish typing it, there's not really a good way to move it around. If anyone knows how, please tell me down in the comments because it sometimes bugs me. But I'm happy with where it is right now. Um, and then the other thing I do is you might notice if you look carefully at my thumbnails that I tried to make it look 3D. Now I haven't really found a great way to do a 3D thing. And they have a 3D text right here, but it doesn't produce the thing I want. And so in this case, what I do is I just select like a white colored one and I type the exact same thing and I just overlay it like that and with slightly off kilter so it gives the 3D effect. So right, right there, and that about does it for this thumbnail right here. Now sometimes I might add in other elements, if I can actually pronounce. So for example, sometimes I just like adding some special stuff on the sides of it, like I add some kind of shape on the sides of here. So I'll just get no line, and it's acting weirdly. But yeah, I'd put like a little stripe on the side, who knows? And sometimes from time to time, it's kind of inconsistent. I put my logo on there, so okay, so there's the color I want. And then I suppose I'll add my brand spanking new logo that I just made to this thumbnail. So got it right here, so I can add it right there. It's a little big. That's okay. We'll make it 3D. Size it down a heck of a lot. And just put it over there in the corner. And there we go. And so that about finishes up my video on how to make the thumbnails. And then obviously from there, you'd save it to your computer and then just upload it as the thumbnail on one of your YouTube videos. So that's a little tutorial of how I make my thumbnails. Thank you guys all for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.